Well, good morning. It is September 18. It's a breezy morning. I am doing the Cedar Creek Trail. It's in the Wenatchee Okanagan National Forest area. I had a really nice night at Peregrine Lake State Park, and now I'm raring to do a hike. Well, continuing on with the hike through the Bible, we're in the book of Numbers, and it's a good book. So, Miriam and Aaron were grumbling against their own brother Moses, saying that he had married an Ethiopian woman. Some interpreters have taken this verse to mean that Moses married a black African wife, either in addition to his Midianite wife Zipporah, or after her death. However, the biblical text has not reported her death, and Moses recently entertained a Midianite brother-in-law. Another possibility is that Ethiopian woman was a racial slur against Zipporah, whose skin would have been darker than that of the Israelites. However, the wife of Moses was a Midianite, and therefore a descendant of Abraham. But for some reason, they had a beef about her. All the fireweed has gone to seed. Whoa, some kind of creature. Beautiful. And they were also cranky because they said, "Has the Lord only indeed spoken through Moses? Has he not spoken through us as well?" Here is the real problem: power. Miriam and Aaron felt that they, whom God had also given prophetic gifts, should be closer to equal partners with Moses in leading Israel. You will recall that God had Moses choose 70 elders to help rule the nation. So Miriam and Aaron's feelings were hurt, and by diminishing his choice of a wife, they attempted to lower him closer to their level. Well, there was a fire in here, wasn't there? Well, the Bible says that Moses was very meek above all the men that were on the face of the earth. Well, this explains why he did not speak up for himself, even though he had powerfully spoken for God's honor on many occasions. Moses' humility was remarkable, considering he had previously been a prince of Egypt. He had lost his self-confidence during decades in exile herding sheep. All his confidence was in God. This was the key to his remarkable leadership. Have you ever had a parent say, "Come out behind the woodshed now, children"? Well, that's essentially what God said to Moses, Aaron, and Miriam. "Come out, you three, to the tabernacle of meeting." Uh-oh. So God stood in the door of the tabernacle and spoke specifically to Aaron and Miriam. He told them how he speaks to Moses plainly, face to face, and how Moses is faithful to him in God's house. So God's anger aroused against them, and he departed. Oh, it's not a good thing to have God's anger towards you. Then Miriam turned leprous, as white as snow. The fact that her name appears before Aaron's in the beginning of this story suggests that she was the instigator of this criticism against Moses. Because she had been the first lady of Israel, perhaps she was jealous of Moses' wife. Miriam's divine punishment was a disease that made her skin white as snow. Do you see the irony? The punishment for despising dark skin fit the crime. Then Aaron said to Moses, "Oh, my Lord, do not put this sin against us. We have done foolishly, and we have sinned. Aaron, the high priest, and therefore the appointed mediator before the Lord for all Israel, now confessed sin and begged for the help of Moses. So Moses cried to the Lord, saying, "Please, O God, heal her, I pray." In answer to the prayers of Moses, Miriam was cleansed. However, she was shut out of the camp for 7 days. In respect for her high position, and in grief over the blow that had befallen her, the camp abode at Hazeroth and awaited her return. I can surely hear the falls. Can you? Pretty roaring. Whoa. I don't know what these creatures are. They keep scaring me. Oh, is there snakes up here? I don't know. I made it. Those are some nice falls. I'm turning back now. I made it to my destination point, and that was pretty impressive. I just can't get over what a perfect, beautiful day this is. This manifestation of the Lord's displeasure was designed to be a warning to all of Israel to check the growing spirit of discontent and insubordination. If Miriam's envy and dissatisfaction had not been signally rebuked, it would have resulted in great evil. Envy is one of the worst sins that can sit on a person's heart. It was envy that first caused the discord in heaven. It should not be regarded a light thing to speak evil of others, or to make ourselves judges in their actions or motives. There is only one judge, and whoever takes it upon himself or herself to judge and condemn his fellow men is usurping the prerogative of the Creator. And to bring it home even more, we are to trust that God puts people into position to work for Him. We must honor those whom God honors. So the judgment visited upon Miriam should be a rebuke to all those who yield to jealousy and murmur against those whom God lays the burden of His work. My uncles, both of my mom's brothers, were pastors, and they have shared with us some of their difficult parishioners. It's a tough job being a leader for God. It definitely tests your limits. That's why it's imperative to have a relationship with God like Moses had. The healing hiker rating for the Cedar Creek Falls trail is a 4 out of 5. It's a very nice length. I saw a handful of people, so it's a pretty popular trail. The views are great. It's just not alpine yet, and that's what I love, so that's why I gave it a 4 out of 5. But I loved it very much. Anyway, my challenge for you is to do something extra nice for your pastor and his wife this week.